Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video I'm going to tell you how I almost reversed my type 2 diabetes without medicines. I'll give you the latest update on Carol's triple negative breast cancer treatment. This video has chapter markers so you can get to the bits that you want to see ASAP. Let's start with Carol. The NHS diagnosed Carol with breast cancer on the 27th of June 2025, and on the 16th of July she started chemotherapy and immunotherapy at the Nuffield Hospital in Brighton. The drugs she's been given are paclitaxel, carboplatin, and an immunotherapy drug called pembrolizumab. Her treatment is in 4 phases. In phase 1, Carol has the paclitaxel every week for 12 weeks, and then every 3rd week she also has the carboplatin and pembrolizumab. Phase 2 is less intensive, with all 3 drugs being given once every 3 weeks for another 12 weeks. Phase 3 will be surgery, and the type and extent of that depends on how much the tumour shrinks and the results of genetic testing to see if Carol has any genes that predispose her to cancer returning. The good news is the tumour is shrinking, and we're awaiting the results of the genetic testing. After surgery, there's going to be a rest period of 30 to 60 days for things to heal. Phase 4 will be radiotherapy, and then Carol will have tests and MRI scans to see if she is clear of cancer. If she is, that will be it for the treatment. But if she's not, then further chemotherapy will be needed. Last Wednesday, the 27th of August, was Carol's 8th week of treatment, and things continue to go well. The main side effect is feeling tired due to lowered red blood cells.
Yeah, we've just come out for a walk from home round the block, and we've just walked up this little bit of a hill that's not even a steep hill, and my heart rate beats per minute's gone up to 145, so we thought we'd better sit on this seat and have a bit of a rest.
It's funny because you don't feel out of breath or anything.
No, and I can't feel like my heart is racing.
No, but it's because your red blood cells are low.
Yeah.
So that will put extra pressure on your heart. So you just keep an eye on the actual BPM. Luckily, you've got your watch and it tells you.
Yes, yeah. So like I've been sitting down here now for a minute or so and it's already gone down to 98.
We're still able to go for walks and days out, but plans to go away in the van for a couple of nights have been put on hold. So we had to come down for bloods today, didn't we, Bunny?
Yeah, we're down in Brighton. Had my bloods taken, and then they also did an ECG because I woke up this morning, my chest was really tight.
Yeah.
I was having difficulty breathing. And then I had to wait for the doctor to come just to check the ECG results, but they all look normal.
Good.
So I've just got to take lots of deep breaths and open up my airways.
Get you some Vicks and I'll rub it on your chest.
Yeah, I've put hairs on my chest.
Carol has been using Suzzypads during her chemo sessions, which are gloves and socks with ice packs in them.
So this is the first proper test of the Suzzypad gloves and slippers. So we've put them on once the chemo treatment has started, and we're going to leave them on for half an hour.
We freeze them at home and transport them in a thermal bag with ice packs. The idea is the cold shrinks the blood vessels in her hands and feet so that they do not receive a full dose of the drugs. The pads are cold to wear, but clinical trials have shown that they can help prevent neuropathy in the hands and feet. Neuropathy is where the nerves get damaged by the chemo drugs and you feel pins and needles. So far, so good, and they appear to be helping. Okay, now to update you on my type 2 diabetes. Let's remind you of where I was. In January 2024, my HbA1c blood test showed my sugar level was a staggering 85 mmol. 42 is considered normal, 43 to 47 is pre-diabetic, and 48 and above is considered type 2 diabetes. So back in January, I was nearly double the limit and out of control. I was placed onto metformin, which, to be honest, didn't agree with me at all. In May 2024, metformin and dietary changes reduced it to 61. The metformin was horrible. Basically, it gave me diarrhea and I always had to be near a toilet, so I stopped taking it. In July 2024, it was 68, which devastated me a bit because I'd been working really hard with my diet. In September that year, I published a video announcing my type 2 diabetes and what I was going to do about it. I knew going public would probably hold me to account. We have a playlist all about what I was doing, which I will link to at the end of this video and in the comments. I even bought myself a glucose monitor and tracked the impact of various foods and did research into how I could reverse it. My latest blood test was on the 8th of August this year, and my blood sugar level has dropped to 44. So I'm now considered pre-diabetic and only 2 points away from reversing it to normal levels. The one thing I attribute my success to is the resistant starch effect, which I had no knowledge of until I attended a diabetes course. I had been cutting out carbs, cakes, etc., but always failed because pasta, bread and potatoes are such a key component of our diet. I just couldn't abandon them forever. Someone mentioned that if you cook your pasta or potatoes the day before you need them and leave them in the fridge overnight, the starch in the carbs undergoes a change to what is known as resistant starch, and it begins to act more like dietary fibre in your gut and just passes straight through you. So since September last year, we've been batch cooking a bag of baked potatoes every week and leaving them in the fridge until we need them. Cooked potatoes seem to last for ages in the fridge. We turn them into mash, cut them up in stews and soups, or bake them in the air fryer to crisp the outside. When we fancy pasta, we generally cook it in the morning and leave it in the fridge until dinner time. That is basically the main change I've made. No metformin, no counting calories, but I do try and avoid cakes. But I'm certainly not living like a monk. Pre-cooking the potatoes all at once saves energy and makes producing meals pretty quick. So if you fancy reversing your type 2 diabetes, I suggest you look up resistant starch and give it a go. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. What's the story?
Some interesting facts.
Yeah.
Right, and this is a wheel used to draw up water from a well.
Mm-hmm.
And the depth of the well is 50 metres, which is the distance from here to that hedge up there. And the wheel would have been turned by donkeys and boys even, and it would take 20 minutes to drop the bucket. Then they'd have to reverse out, turn around, turn it the other way to get the bucket back up. Now, the wheel is made of oak and it's 400 years old. And they think the well was originally built by the Knights Templar. And it was deepened in the 1850s by the Robinson family who lived here. And was used up until the 1920s when they were put onto mains water. And this is the bucket. It holds 55 litres of water.
So 55 kilograms plus the bucket.